Hey everyone, Sam here from Sugar Spun Run, and today I'm showing you how to make Black Bottom Cupcakes. As a kid, Black Bottom Cupcakes were one of my absolute favorite baked goods. If you've never had one before, they have a fudgy chocolate cake bottom and a chocolate chip cheesecake topping. They're actually really easy to make. Today I'm sharing my grandmother's recipe for Black Bottom Cupcakes, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you'll want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our chocolate chip cheesecake filling. The first thing you'll need for that is 8 ounces of cream cheese, and you want this to be softened to room temperature. I'm just going to add this to a medium-sized bowl. We're going to add 1/3 cup of granulated sugar and just beat together the cream cheese and the sugar until everything is nicely creamed. You don't want to see any lumps from the cream cheese. Now we're going to add 1 large egg, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and just an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Stir everything together until your ingredients are nicely combined. The last thing you're going to need to add for your cheesecake layer is 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. Stir everything together. Set your cheesecake filling aside, and now we can prepare our cupcake batter. Now the first thing you're going to need is 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to add this to a large bowl, and we're also going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You want to use a whisk to stir everything together until your dry ingredients are completely combined. One thing I really love about this Black Bottom recipe is you only need 1 bowl to make the cupcake batter. We're going to be adding our liquid ingredients right in with our dry ingredients. So now that we have everything mixed up, we can go ahead and add our liquid ingredients. We're going to start with 1 cup of milk, add a 1/2 cup of canola oil, a tablespoon of white vinegar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we'll just whisk everything together until all of our ingredients are completely combined and we have a nice smooth batter. So once you have your batter mixed up, we can go ahead and start portioning everything into our cupcake liners. This recipe will make 24 regular sized cupcakes, though you can certainly adjust it to make mini cupcakes as well, and I'll include those instructions in the written recipe. Now, the key part about Black Bottoms is that the bottoms are black and the tops have cheesecake in them. The tops are a cheesecake layer. In order to achieve this in the end result, you're going to want to be very careful to not overfill each muffin liner. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to fill each cupcake cavity only 1/3 of the way full. If you overfill your liners and do them more than 1/3, if you even do them a 1/2 of the way full, then what's going to happen is that cupcake layer is actually going to bake over the cheesecake. So you're going to have a cheesecake center instead of a cheesecake topping. They're still going to taste good, they're not ruined, but you're not going to have that signature Black Bottom appearance. Now we can add our cheesecake filling. You're going to want to evenly distribute this among all of your cupcakes. You're going to need about 1½ tablespoons of batter per cupcake, and we'll just dollop this in the center of the batter. We can transfer our Black Bottom cupcakes to our 350 degree Fahrenheit oven, where they're going to need to bake for about 16 to 18 minutes. You want to let your Black Bottom cupcakes cool completely in their baking pan before enjoying. Now, honestly, because of the cheesecake topping, I love these refrigerated. I just like my cheesecake to be cold rather than warm or room temperature, but you can serve them however you like. I really hope you guys enjoyed this classic old-fashioned recipe for Black Bottom cupcakes, and if you try it out, please let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. That's a good Black Bottom. Hey, if you enjoyed today's Black Bottom cupcake recipe, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, if you enjoyed today's recipe, here are a few others you might like.